The North Pacific stretches into forever, a cold and sunless abyss. Beneath its iron-gray surface, a world of invisible violence unfolds. Temperatures plunge to near freezing. Only the most adapted can survive here. These are the feeding grounds of the orca, the apex predator of all Earth's oceans. The orca is not simply a creature of brute force. It is a strategist, a tactician of the deep. The orca's range spans every ocean on the planet, from tropical shallows to polar ice. No other apex predator on Earth commands such a vast and diverse territory. Cold, nutrient-rich upwellings fuel the entire food web below the surface. From krill to salmon to sea lion, every link of the chain feeds upward toward one creature. A full-grown male orca can reach 9 meters in length and weigh over 6 tons. Its dorsal fin rises nearly 2 meters above the surface, a towering black sail cutting through waves. This is not decoration. The dorsal fin signals social status and individual identity within the pod. Each orca's markings are as unique as a human fingerprint. The orca brain is among the largest and most complex in the animal kingdom. Specifically, the limbic system, the region governing emotion and social bonding, is extraordinarily developed. An orca pod is not a loose gathering of individuals. It is a tightly bound family unit. The matriarch leads an elder female whose decades of knowledge direct the pod's movements. She remembers prey migration routes that no living member of her pod has ever witnessed. Her memory is the pod's most valuable survival asset. The orca possesses echolocation, a biological sonar system of extraordinary precision. It emits clicking pulses at frequencies far beyond human hearing. These clicks bounce off objects in the water and return as an acoustic map of the environment. An orca can detect a single fish hiding behind a rock from 30 meters away. But echolocation is only one weapon in an arsenal of lethal biological adaptations. The orca's teeth, 48 conical pegs, each up to 10 centimeters long, designed not to chew, but to grip and tear with devastating force. An orca can hold its breath for up to 15 minutes, diving to depths of 300 meters. Its streamlined body achieves speeds of over 55 kilometers per hour in short bursts. No prey in the ocean can simply outswim an orca on open water. But the orca's most fearsome weapon is not physical, it is cognitive. The orca hunts as a team, a coordinated unit executing strategies of breathtaking complexity. Scientists have documented over 10 distinct hunting strategies used by different orca populations worldwide. These strategies are not instinct. They are learned, practiced, and culturally transmitted across generations. This is culture, a phenomenon once thought exclusive to human civilization. Off the coast of Norway, a pod has gathered, their breath rising in white plumes above the freezing water. Below them, a vast school of Atlantic herring has been located by echolocation. There are perhaps 10 million fish in this single school, a living silver cloud below the surface. The orcas do not charge blindly into the school. That would scatter the fish instantly. Instead, they surround the school methodically, moving into position with surgical precision. This is the carousel feeding strategy, a masterpiece of collective intelligence. The orcas begin to circle the school in the same direction, a slow, relentless rotation. The herring respond instinctively, compacting tighter and tighter into a dense, writhing ball. This is the prey's defensive response, and it is precisely what the orcas have engineered. As the ball compacts, the orcas begin to herd it toward the surface using white belly flashes. The flashes of pale skin in the dark water confuse and disorient the herring below. The herring ball is now trapped between the surface above and the circling orcas below. One orca breaks from the formation, diving deep before turning to face the ball directly. It accelerates upward with tremendous force, its massive tail driving it like a torpedo. At the last possible moment, it rolls onto its side and delivers a thunderous tail slap. The force of the blow stuns dozens of herrings simultaneously, sending them spiraling, helpless. The orca leisurely collects the stunned fish, one by one, while the pod maintains formation. Then the next orca takes its turn, and then the next, a perfectly organized feeding rotation. This is not chaos. This is a system, refined over thousands of generations. But herring are not the orca's only quarry. In the open Pacific, transient orcas hunt gray whales, creatures many times their size. The gray whale is a gentle filter feeder, but it weighs 35 tons. Taking down such a creature requires not speed or strength alone. It requires a plan. The orca pod identifies their target, a gray whale cow migrating with her calf. The mother is strong and experienced, but the calf is vulnerable, exhausted from the long migration. The orcas split into two groups, each with an assigned role in the coming assault. One group targets the mother, harassing her, exhausting her, preventing her from reaching shallow water. The second group focuses entirely on the calf, pressing it downward, keeping it from surfacing to breathe. A whale must surface to breathe. Denying it air is a strategy of cold, calculated patience. The hunt can last for hours, sometimes more than a day. The orcas work in relay, resting while others press the attack, never allowing the prey to recover. This relay system means the orca pod never tires, but the prey exhausts completely. Eventually, the calf becomes prey, claimed by the deep, claimed by the ocean's supreme hunters. What separates the orca from every other ocean predator is communication. Each orca pod possesses a unique dialect, a set of calls and whistles unlike any other family group. Pods in the same region share some calls but maintain distinct family signatures. Scientists have recorded orca dialects being modified and evolving over decades of observation. This is language change, a process previously thought to occur only in human societies. During the hunt, orcas use specific calls to coordinate movement and timing with extraordinary precision. These are not random vocalizations. They are signals, commands, and confirmation responses. Research has shown that orca calves spend years learning the hunting calls of their pod. An orca, without the knowledge of its family's dialect, would be unable to hunt cooperatively. This dependency on learned knowledge makes the pod's collective memory its greatest survival advantage. In the Antarctic, a different pod employs perhaps the most astonishing technique ever documented in animal behavior. A Weddell seal rests on a small floe of Antarctic ice, seemingly safe above the frozen water. The orcas circle below, assessing the situation with intelligent, calculating eyes. The ice floe is too large for a single orca to tip. A direct approach would fail. So the pod forms a line, shoulder to shoulder, in the dark water below the ice. Together, they accelerate, 10 tons of muscle driving in perfect unison toward the floe. At the last moment, they dive, their combined mass displacing a wall of water. The wave crashes over the ice floe, washing the seal directly into the open water. The seal enters the orca's domain, and there is no refuge in open water. If the first wave fails to dislodge the seal, the orcas regroup and attempt again and again. This technique has been witnessed nowhere else on Earth. It belongs exclusively to Antarctic orcas. It is a cultural invention, born in one pod, refined over generations, and now a tradition. The sun sets slowly over the Pacific, painting the water in shades of amber and gray. The orca pod surfaces together, their exhalations rising in unison like a chorus of the deep. They have fed today, cooperated, communicated, and conquered once again. The matriarch leads her family onward, carrying within her the memory of 10,000 hunts. The young calves follow closely, absorbing every call, every movement, every lesson of the hunt. They are the next generation of ocean intelligence, the future architects of new strategies. In every ocean on Earth, the orca reigns supreme, not through brute force, but through collective wisdom. The ocean has produced many extraordinary creatures across 4 billion years of evolution. But in the orca, evolution has achieved something remarkable. A predator that thinks, plans, and teaches. In the darkest depths of the world's oceans, intelligence is the ultimate weapon of survival.